Today, I will be discussing what is life coaching and what does it mean for you. I am a certified professional life coach. My name is Giselle Wallace, and I specialize in coaching same-sex attracted people. And life coaching is similar to how you would view a athletic coach. If you've ever played sports, or maybe you don't have to necessarily play sports and you know what a coach does, a coach writes the game plans for his team. And the coach also gives guidance and instruction to their team, ultimately so the team can win. Well, that is what a coach is. And when you add in front of the word coach, life coach, life is the existence. Life is living. Life is experience. And life coaching combines experiencing, existing, and living life and giving guidance and instruction for a game plan created for you to win. That's what I do. I am a life coach. Just to explain the difference between a life coach and a therapist, a life coach can be certified or they cannot be certified. When you are certified, this means that you go through training and you actually complete training by a professional life coach in order to receive the credentials and certification to be a life coach yourself. And so I am a certified life coach, meaning I went to a training program, a training school to learn how to be a life coach and to learn the methods and also the strategies of being a professional life coach. And it requires for you to exhibit the skills of being a life coach. So, for example, if you've ever been in college or if you've ever taken an exam, if you've ever had to display your knowledge of how to fulfill or execute a task, that's what you do when you are in a life coaching program. I actually had to train and learn and develop the skills and the abilities to be a life coach. And I also had real life experience while I was in school. I actually had to coach human beings in order for me to get a certification into becoming a certified life coach. So that is why I am certified, because I went to school and I have a certification to be a life coach. Whereas if you are a life coach and you do not have a certification, that's fine as well. You just use your own real life experience and knowledge to coach other people. And here's the difference between being a life coach and a therapist. A life coach, we are not licensed by the state because there are very strict guidelines and laws that therapists have to abide by according to their state and government regulations. So to be a therapist means that you have the ability to practice diagnosing a person with any type of mental or physical condition. You also may have the ability to practice medicine, where you can prescribe medication to your clients. So there's different forms of therapy, different types of therapists. And depending on what you went to school for, what your specialization is, you are licensed to practice those techniques with clients. And you have to abide by state laws and even in some cases, federal regulations to practice. Now, therapists, I have a quote where I say therapists work on the back end with their clients, while life coaches work on the front end with their clients. End quote. That's my quote. And what I mean by that is therapists usually focus on your background and your history, and they help you work through a lot of the trauma and issues that you faced very early in life that may be hindering you from performing as you would like to in a healthy manner. And they pretty much will help you work through trauma, and they can even be able to determine specific types of trauma or conditions or health issues that you may have as their client. And that's why they go to school to practice. Like, it's a science. It's a very detailed profession. And so they're licensed to know about the mind and how the mind operates. And that's why they're therapists. Whereas as a life coach, I like to say we work on the front end. So we work with clients in very different aspects. And the unique thing about being a life coach is I am here for you to give you information, wisdom, guidance, as well as accountability for you to do whatever you need to do to become successful. And you as the client, you get to choose where you feel like you need to make improvements, or where you believe that there's blind spots in your life, or you may even feel like you've plateaued, like you're not making any movement, any progress. And you kind of need someone else to help you see where you stand and why you're not making any changes for the better. And you may have your own reason why you need life coaching that may be different from someone else. There's a lot of different categories that life coaches specialize in. For example, you can go to a life coach if you want to learn about how to be an entrepreneur. So there's business life coaches. You may want to go to a life coach who actually knows how to crochet. So you can learn how to crochet from a life coach. You may want a life coach who teaches you how to cook from scratch. You may want a life coach who actually gives you information about how to live an authentic life as a same-sex attracted person. I am a life coach who actually coaches same-sex attracted people. And there's so many different categories that it leads into. For example, I actually coach people who may come from very religious upbringings, and they were not allowed to be themselves as a same-sex attracted person, meaning they identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, pansexual, or demisexual, or asexual, and they are attracted to the same sex or gender. Because I have a similar background, I am able to coach them in that specialized area.